Talking about the Vikings versus Colts game yesterday. Vikings lost 10-12 to Indianapolis, but my reaction on yesterday's game will start with the defense first. One of my early questions for the defense was, okay, for the linebacker situation, Anthony Barr, if he plays, I'll believe it when I see it because it's just been a weird situation with him. If it's something personal going on, I hope he's okay. If it's an injury, I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. But my biggest question was the linebacker situation. 4-3 sets, who's going to be the third linebacker? But more importantly, the nickel formation, who's going to be the second linebacker next to Eric Kendricks? And it turned out to be Nick Vigil, and they went after him right away because on first down, and he got beat. The dude, Nick Vigil, he really got beat. A better throw, you can make the argument that the receiver would have caught the ball, but he had a lot of ground to make up, and Nick Vigil, he covered that ground and made a great pass breakup. He put himself in great position to make a play on that ball. Nick Vigil, he did a damn good job on that play. And Michael Pierce, I was locked in on this dude. I was so happy, so excited to see him in a Vikings uniform. I would say, anecdotally speaking, that 75% of the snaps that he played, he was double teamed, and he was still the snap of the ball, dude was driving, using his base. That dude's a force. Add Danielle Hunter to that mix, man, what? Shoot. Bashaud Breeland, sticky coverage, the tip serve to Troy Dye for the pick six. Troy Dye was fantastic yesterday beyond the pick six. It felt like every series that he played, he made a big-time play on the football. That dude was lights out yesterday, but Bashaud Breeland was all over the place. He had a third down pass breakup on Michael Pittman Jr. This dude, he's going to be your CB1 for the Minnesota Vikings. The defense, they are going to be fantastic this 2021 season. Now we get to the offense, which, of course, the offensive line, that's the big question mark, always will be until it isn't anymore. Oli Udoh is something serious. This dude is an anchor. Let me tell you something right now. Oli Udoh with Brian O'Neill on the right side of this offensive line is going to be something serious. They're going to open up holes for Dalvin Cook on the right side as well as protect Kirk Cousins. And speaking of protecting Kirk Cousins, I'm not going to rip the coaching staff. I'm not going to rip the front office for this. Maybe you can say, all right, maybe we should rip the front office a little bit. But Rashad Hill, the sack that he gave up to Kwity Paye on Kirk Cousins was absolutely brutal, folks. But in fairness to the Vikings leadership, they drafted Christian Darrisaw. They really didn't see this groin injury being a thing with their left tackle. So what are they supposed to do? And when I say, okay, maybe you can rip the front office a little bit, go after Russell Okung, I don't know. But they did not plan for Rashad Hill being their starting left tackle, which listen, if Christian Darrisaw, if he happens to play this year, I'll believe it when I see it. I'm just going to go ahead because I've got PTSD from the whole Tweetgate situation last year that I'm just expecting him not to play at all. The play calling, at least for the starters anyway, Clint Kubiak, I'm going to give a pass because after that sack given up to Kwity Paye, it was 2nd and 18, and then it was after that an outlet pass to Amir Abdullah to the left side, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe they're just hiding all their super explosive offensive plays for the starters anyway, for the regular season to start. Maybe they're just using the preseason as a way just to get reps against another team and gel with the receivers and the running backs. Okay, fine. The play calling for the backup quarterback and the third string quarterback was downright horrendous, but at the same time, Jake Browning, this dude, he had a whole training camp, OTAs, an entire offseason to show us what he's got. And this dude was throwing passes to Casper the Friendly Ghost, overthrowing his receivers. He looked like he didn't belong on the football field. Kellen Mond, you couldn't handle the snap on first down from your center right out the gate. He was out of sorts. Clearly, he's not ready to be the backup quarterback either. But for what it's worth, I've always questioned this coaching staff led by a defensive head coach that can they properly nurture and groom a young rookie quarterback, especially if you're rotating offensive coordinators every other year? I don't know, man. Even when last year, when we were, 0-3, 0-4 to start, and I knew it wouldn't happen, but hell, might as well entertain it. Oh, will we get Trevor Lawrence? Can we go 0-16 Trevor Lawrence? And, yeah, it would be great, but still with this coaching staff, I don't know. Put it to you like this. Patrick Mahomes that you see today would not be Patrick Mahomes on this team. I just don't know. We'll see what happens. So clearly, we don't have anything at backup quarterback. It's very true. But you know what's funny? Vikings media, man. This is so hilarious, and here's why. What are you going to do about the backup quarterback, Mike Zimmer? Mike Zimmer, are you going to get a backup quarterback? Are you going to sign a veteran quarterback to bring in as a backup? Oh, my God, what are you going to do for backup quarterback? It's true. The Vikings, they do need a backup quarterback. But excuse me, the last 2 years, we have had arguably the worst player in the NFL as the backup quarterback, Sean Mannion, who couldn't make plays. The dude was, whatever the bare minimum standard it takes to be a backup quarterback, somehow Sean Mannion was even below that. And no one batted an eye, right? Sean Mannion, oh my God, he can help Kirk Cousins learn the playbook. Well, what about making plays on the field? Well, that doesn't matter. But now we give a fuck about the backup quarterback? Don't give a fuck now. Let's keep that same energy. Jake Brown and Kellen Mond, hell, they're not that far off from Sean Mannion. Give them another preseason game. They'll be right there. That shit's funny as hell, bro. Sean Mannion is the worst player, one of the worst players I've ever seen in the National Football League, and he was the backup quarterback for us, and no one gave a shit. Sean Mannion, we love you. And now, oh my God, backup quarterback. What are they going to do? Funny. Next video will be Tuesday. We'll see you then.